and good evening, everybody. So today our team is gonna talking about the matter, the problem, the trouble, the causes, the impact, and how to deal with the waste around us. So before we start, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Keimas Datuan as moderator and speaker number 2.
As speaker number 1.
My name is Yuniar Fibria as the third speaker.
My name is Nur Awalia as speaker number 4.
Hello everyone, I am Ahira Valerine as the last speaker.
Okay, in our presentation, we are gonna talk in the 3 section. The first section is the problem, the second is regulation, and the third section is how to deal with the waste. The first section is the problem. I'm gonna give it to the Dzakirah as the first speaker. Time is yours.
Alright, thank you for the opportunity, moderator. I will start. The statistics on improper waste disposal and open burning in Indonesia. The 2023 Indonesian Health Survey or SKI released by Statistics Indonesia or BPS highlights that household waste management in Indonesia remains dominated by harmful environmental practices. Notably, 57.2% of households, around 180,535, still burn their waste. This typically occurs in areas without access to waste collection or processing facilities and poses serious risk to air quality and public health due to toxic emissions. Improper waste disposal is also concerning. About 2.3% of households throw waste on vacant land or nearby surroundings, while 2.8% discarded into rivers or drains. This action not only pollutes the environment, but also increase the risk of diseases like dengue as dirty surroundings become mosquito breeding grounds. Sustainable methods such as recycling and composting are rarely practiced. Only 0.1% of households recycle and 0.3% compost, indicating a lack of infrastructure and public awareness. In summary, the SKI 2023 findings underscore the urgent need for improved waste management systems in Indonesia, with better facilities, services, and education to support responsible, sustainable practice. Alright, I return to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Dzakirah, for your explanation. So let's move on to the second speaker, that is me. So there's 2 causes that make our environmental and human health get bad. That is improper waste of disposal and open waste burden. Okay, so both of this behavior is more leading to the negative environmental and human health effect. So I'm gonna explain it as a one thing, because both of this behavior have the same impact in the negative ways. Okay, so both of this behavior, improper waste disposal and open burning of waste, can contaminate our 3 elements, that is soil, water, and air. So this behavior can release some harmful pollutants and harmful chemicals such as carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, methane, particulate matter, and toxic substances. These harmful pollutants can contribute to our poor air quality and global warming and climate change. That is for our air condition. For our soil condition, this harmful pollutants and this harmful chemical can damage the soil fertility and reduce agricultural productivity. And for our water condition, These harmful chemical and pollutants can destroy the aquatic life and ecosystem. Cholera, asthma, and even cancer, guys. So it's really, really dangerous. Okay, let's move on to the third speaker. Uni, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. And now I will talk about connection to SDGs number 13, climate action. Talking about this material, climate action emphasizes the urgent need for action to combat climate change and its impact. However, improper waste disposal and open burning practices directly contradict with this goal, SDGs number 13. First point is greenhouse gas emissions. Burning away, especially organic and plastic materials, releases methane or CH4 and carbon dioxide or CO2. Methane has a much higher global warming potential than CO2 and significantly contributes to climate change, worsening the very problem SDGs number 13 aims to address. And the second point is ecosystem damage and climate resilience. Talking about this, improper waste dumping pollutes land and water, damaging ecosystem like forests, rivers, and oceans that play a vital role in climate regulation. This weakens natural resilience to climate impact. And the third point is increased climate disaster risk. Talking about this, was block drainage system raise the risk of flooding, especially with shifting rainfall patterns due to climate change. This puts added pressure on vulnerable communities and worsens local climate crisis. And the last is hindrance to adaptation and mitigation efforts. Talking about this, such waste practices create additional environmental challenges, diverting resources away from climate adaptation and mitigation efforts like clean energy, forest conservation, or early disaster warning system. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Uni. Let's move on to the next section, that is regulation. Nur Awalia, time is yours.
Thank you for the opportunity that has been given. I will explain the legal basis that regulates. Indonesian Law Number 18 of 2008, Article 29, Paragraph 1, everyone is prohibited from A. Bringing waste into the territory of the Unity State of the Republic of Indonesia. B. Importing waste. C. Mixing waste with hazardous and toxic waste. D. Managing waste in a way that causes pollution and or environmental damage. E. Disposing of waste in places other than those designated and provided. F. Handling waste by open dumping at final processing stage and or G. Burning waste that does not comply with technical requirements for waste management. Next, please. Makassar Regional Regulation Number 4 of 2011, Article 45. A. Paragraph 2. Any person who violates the prohibition provision as referred to in Article 37 shall be subject to a maximum imprisonment of 3 months or a maximum fine of 50 million rupiah. B. Paragraph 3. Any person who disposes of waste in a location not designated as waste disposal shall be subject to a maximum imprisonment of 3 months or a maximum fine of 50 million rupiah. I leave it to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Nur Awalia. Let's move on to the last speaker, Ahira Valerine. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, moderator. So, now we're gonna jump into the resolutions. So the biggest challenge in climate change is waste. According to law number 18 of 2008 concerning waste management, waste is the remains of human daily activities and natural process in solid form. The waste we produce is usually thrown into a trash can and then taken to a temporary shelter, or in Indonesia, we call it tempat pembuangan sementara or TPS. From TPS, the waste will be transported and taken by the environmental service using a garbage truck to the final processing site, or in Indonesia, we call it tempat pembuangan akhir or TPA. In our opinion, there are some ways to manage waste. The first step is sorting. The first step in effective waste management is sorting waste based on its type, quantity, or characteristics. Waste managed based on law number 18 of 2008 consists of household waste, household-like waste, industrial waste, medical waste, and etc. Step number 2, collection. After sorting, waste is collected and transported to a residue processing site. This step ensures that the separated waste types are delivered to appropriate facilities where they can be further processed or treated, forming a crucial link between waste generation and proper disposal or recycling. Step 3, transportation. Once processed at the residue site, waste is transported to the final disposal site or TPA. This step ensures that remaining waste or residues are safely moved to a designated location for final treatment or disposal, helping to prevent environmental pollution and ensure proper waste handling. Step number 4, processing. Waste processing involves altering the characteristics, composition, and quantity of waste to reduce its environmental impact. This can include methods like composting, recycling, incineration, or chemical treatment, making the waste safer, less bulky, or more suitable for reuse or final disposal. And the last step is final processing. The final stage of waste management involves safely returning processed waste or residues to the environment. This may include landfilling, releasing treated wastewater, or applying compost to soil, all done in a controlled manner to minimize harm and ensure compliance with environmental safety standard. I think that's all from me. I'll leave it to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Ahira Valerine. So the conclusion is, improper waste disposal and open burning remain serious environmental and public health challenges in Indonesia. According to the 2023 health survey, majority of households still engage in harmful waste management practices, such as burning waste in the open areas, dumping waste in a river. So this action contributes significantly to the air and water pollution, increase the spread of disease, and pose long-term health risks. Economically, there are risk costs for cleanup and damage key sectors like tourism and fisheries. Furthermore, these practices directly contradict with the Sustainable Development Goal number 13, as they release greenhouse gases and undermine climate change resilience. To address these issues, a coordinated effort involving government, business and public is crucial. This includes improving waste management infrastructure, enforcing regulation, and raising awareness about sustainable practices. Only through collective action can make Indonesia move toward a cleaner, environmental, and more sustainable future. That is all the presentation for us. If there are any mistakes, information, please correct us. Thank you.